Hello, everybody, and welcome to the finals of the Great Civilization Battle Royale 32-person tournament. This is the final round. We've got the Great Trashville on the left-hand side, and we've got the Great Owl Sluts, or the Holy Owl Sluts, on the right-hand side. So basically, what we have got here is we got an army of 966 with a tech level of 39 versus a army of 1700 with a tech level of 43. The middle is unoccupied. I have added a extra route that if they decide to be sneaky, they can go through here and possibly attack. But we're gonna open the floodgates to the middle. We're also gonna open up the floodgates to both of those areas and see what happens. So here we go. Welcome to the finals. You fought hard and have lost a lot of people, but this is where, this is where you win. And we're going to open up this, and we're going to open up this, and we're going to see what happens. Let's see how the expansion goes. They're regaining their old territories. Is anybody going to be using the tunnels? We got a couple people going into the tunnels right now. There's been a new village. The first new village has been founded in the middle. However, there is a lot of armies going into the middle, so this is going to be a bloodbath. We've got a couple people chilling down on the bottom passage, but the bottom passages are too small to be colonized, so they're just an extra attack route. It looks like the trash people have taken over the most territory as of right now, but they have a smaller army going in. There's a large gray army coming in from the upper right corner, and they're kind of trying to take over the middle. Panson is definitely growing at a much faster rate. Isporo is growing it's actually caught up a little bit. Gray has retreated. They're moving back into, but they're coming back with another army. They have also done a pincer maneuver down in the bottom. There's nothing going on into the extra tunnel right now. What we're gonna do here, because I just had this idea right now, we're going to make this an option. So if you want, you can also go through that way. We'll see how that goes. I doubt they'll actually use that because the pathing is not the best here. The initial battles, it looks like this Trashville has won the initial battle, possibly, it looks like. They're moving through there, but they also have half the army size, but it looks like they might have less losses overall, and they have how's our villages doing? Isporo is growing a lot faster, although they're maybe about to lose that. I don't know why you would use those tunnels, but they might come into play eventually. This is hard to commentate over. Isporo is losing people as time goes on. Oh, that's a massive army coming in, though. If they get their shit together, that might be the decisive thing. That's like a way too large of an army for them to attempt to kind of take over. Although it is standing. I originally said that I think the gray team is going to beat the brown team. That is my initial thoughts, but yeah, I think it's flipped in the Grays team favor pretty significantly. They're actually growing in population, and it looks like Trashville is having a net negative. They're doing a lot of attacks coming from the north here. Although, in terms of the neutral territory in the middle, Trashville has taken over a lot more area, and they're actually settling in the extra tunnel. I didn't think that there was enough room down there, but I guess there is. Good luck. But this is just an internal struggle for the middle here. This is exactly how I was hoping this would play out. It's about 50. Yeah, I'd say it's about 60-40 right now in terms of who's taken over this middle-ish zone, but It's ooh, East Poro is about to get destroyed though, and Panson's only prospering. Yeah, this is gonna be a roll. This is not even close. Yeah, the armies is just too big. Although, like I've been saying, they've lost less people. I think that they've lost more army folks, but they're now moving into brown territory. And they need a miracle. I don't know how, but they're going to need a miracle. Um this is actually growing somewhat steadily, and they took advantage of that. Although the brown team is moving down here, there's not much for them to do. It's just fertile soil, but it's just an area for them to move through, I thought. But uh the expansion brown expansion city is RIP. They're not even gonna take it over. They're just gonna destroy it and probably put a new city there themselves, or a new village. I mean, so this is pretty impressive in terms of. Oh, it's coming back a little bit, maybe. Everything's on fire though. There's one dude just chilling in there. Uh, the Midrio has actually grown significantly. Like, why? How and why? How are you bigger than Panson? And there it goes. There's Eastboro has been destroyed. Probably to definitely to the behest of the Brown team, but it's not surprising. This actually might end up being huge because that's just a population center that they can grow. They're not going to be able to do very much down there. But what happens if we open up the sea routes a little bit? Just make this fertile plain soil. What happens if we do that? Are you going to build boats? Maybe? Who knows? Let's do the same on their side. I don't know how what you're gonna do with that, but have fun. Now you can escape via the sea. Any new villages or anything? No. So Panson's also losing a ton of people. But I think that just might be momentary. That's not going to last all that long. You weren't able to put a new city down there, it looks like. It looks like these guys just got in because they got Panson. And it's a little bit on their side too. That's my fault. But they might lose that. I mean, it's gaining population, but at the same time, it's not thriving. Okay, now it is. This is just a bloody field. No. Oh, I thought they for sure were gonna take that. Oh, that would have been so cool if they would have taken that over. That would have been pretty huge, actually. Is Aniba been there the entire time? Maybe. Hard telling. But it looks like all of the land has been conquered, though. And there's fighting going on down here. I don't know why you're focus any kind of energy down there, but you guys do you, man. Like, I probably should put some seeds down here. I have to add seeds, I think. Where's the seeds? Nature and disasters. Oh, here you go. Here's the seeds. Grass seeds. Create the grassland biome. It's green. It's swamp seeds, corrupted seeds, infernal seeds, jungle seeds. Just have some seeds. Have some seeds. I don't know how well this is gonna do, but have some seeds. And have some trees too. Sure that this probably will be fine. Not sure what that's going to do for you, but you might be a little bit more viable to live down here. Who knows? Who the fuck knows? Okay. So they have taken over the entire tunnel here. Panson still stands. Pretty big. No new villages have been founded. None have been taken. This might just be a stalemate, honestly. They're too big. Yeah, they're at war. That's not surprising. I want to see kingdom level. Still somewhat even, although yeah, it's just both teams have lost a lot of people, and Trashville has actually whittled down their opponents significantly. I mean, the fact that they're only down by 200 folks is pretty big. I mean, yeah, they're only down by now it's 300, but that's still a lot closer than it's normally been. And I think that this is gonna end up being a pretty big thing for Midrio, but and this village is gonna expand down here, and these villages are actually gonna become really massive in terms of their population size if they choose to expand down that way, which they may not. The main fight is always going to be in the middle here. Someone needs to get a foothold, and as of right now, I mean, they're just building roads throughout here, but it's more or less a frontier land that's mostly on fire. You can't add a new village in here because there's too much land that's already got territory on it from other polities, but we'll see what happens. I mean, the populations are just going up. Aniba's actually losing people, and so is Panson. But we'll see what happens. I'm surprised a new village didn't get founded. They probably were trying pretty hard, but they just weren't able to actually accomplish their goal. What are we looking at for army size? 401 versus 770. I mean, still the advantage to the gray, and they have 1,400 more people. So my question is it just a matter of time between when the gray start pushing? Because they actually have like a village here. I mean, we know this is Panson, but are they going to start pushing? And if they do, will they be able to handle that expansion? Because you never know what's going to happen. And this might end up being pretty big just for the fact that it exists, but there is an army, single guy. Oh, they're going to use they're using the tunnel. They're going to take Midrio. Maybe. So this is interesting. So now you have to, or they're not. Never mind. Now you have to consider, do you do the sneak attack through the tunnel, or do you just keep throwing people down basically in this World War I battlefield up here, which is, what is this, the battle, like the 18th Battle of Ypres? Or maybe the Battle of the Somme? Who knows? But, there's a lot of people dying up here. I mean, there's been almost 18,000 people killed since I looked at that last, which was God knows when. They're staying steady. Both teams are staying pretty steady. Do we turn on natural disasters to see if that changes anything? But the question is, do the teams actually want to win? That's what we need to really question here. Do the teams want to win? And sometimes I don't think they do. Because, I mean, this is an exact stalemate right now, with actually Brown having a little more territory. Because you got Shepawa down here now. So interesting. What is going to happen? That's a big army coming in from the north. That is, again, they're doing the same strategy, but they're just never able to push. I'd love to see this actually end in a victory for one team, because you can't give either team a victory right now. Somebody needs to break. Because you got these basically population factories that are just gaining a ton of warriors, and they're getting really condensed. So maybe as time goes on, they'll actually start expanding down here. But who knows, you know? And you're not going to be able to take any villages by just attacking these sides. The king has died, though, for the gray folk. Jeez. I've actually lost my train of thought. I apologize. They're gaining population so much quicker. They must have more villages. What's the village count? 17 out of 18 versus 21. Yeah, so it's a difference in 4 villages. And for the most part, it looks like Gray is expanding significantly faster. That's the first open territory in a while, though, right there. Panson is still doing fine. Not that much of a problem. Gray had that big push. Looks like it actually did some work. And you actually have an army group down here. There's no territory for them to conquer here. However, there is an army, but they could possibly send it as a distraction or something. Maybe try to take Ikrisk and Chaparro, but who knows? Overall, it's been a little bit of a stalemate, and it's not surprising, but I think that the tide is about to turn pretty significantly. I think Anibina is gonna get taken here. Just not easily. Definitely not easily. They're gonna pay for every single foot, meter, inch, centimeter, whatever your measurement system is. But they're gaining a foothold, I think. And let's look at the culture map. This is the culture layer. The actual middle has developed its own culture, which is surprising. So maybe that's why they're fighting over that so viciously. But no siege as of yet. Although, Gray's getting pushed back. I think that they lost that battle. Where at least maybe they didn't lose it as much as they're doing a tactical retreat. Hanson is just not able to expand the way that they want. And, like, look how densely populated this is over here. Like, that's insane. Not much going on down here. It's more just like a weird travel area. Although, it's definitely being used more often by Gray than Brown. And this is just constantly on fire. I don't know why it's on fire, but it is. Something's got to give eventually. Is this... Yeah, that's an army retreating. So, my FPS got down to 19 there. That's kind of funny. How are we looking as a kingdom? 427 versus 720. Level 55 versus level 45. Still has the tech advantage. Still has the numerical advantage, but... goddamn, are the brown fighters not you know, defending their territory as hard as they can. Um, this is actually a pretty good representation of how World War One was. And has anybody else just been getting a ton of robocalls recently? It's like, can't you guys tell I'm trying to, you know, have these imaginary polities fight each other? Let me mute my phone for a moment. There we go. So you don't just hear. I also have to sign a lease. I keep forgetting about that. Trashville is, you know, the trash fighters are being trash fighters. I wonder if this is just a permanent stalemate. Honestly, I might just have this run for a while. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is a big battle. Never mind. They're just gonna stay there. Has Panson? Hey, I mean Panson's growing, and so is Midrio, but nothing has changed. Really. Maybe the AI is just broken. Or they just can't have that many villages. I don't want to say that this is a stalemate because that's freaking lame. But it might just end up being a stalemate because the polities are just too big. They're just too big. Although this is slowly getting pushed. So I want to see a village fall. That would be ideal. They're just growing in population too. So actually you can see the area. Gray has a little bit more area to their name. So it's also hard to zoom in at this point. So it always seems like Gray is about to break through and then they just don't. How are we doing over here? You're still okay. Any boats? Hope you have not taken advantage of the fact that there are access to the ocean. And this has stayed at pretty much the same size the entire time. It's just I think the populations are too big and they're able to resupply their people so much quicker than they can actually lose it because there's just too wide of an area. If we had the cold here, this would already be over. But, you know, that's a previous video. Oh, it's so laggy. Shit. Okay. Just push. Just do it. Just do it. I can't believe this actually almost got taken over at one point. Obviously no siege is going on anywhere. At one point, it's gonna be 100% of a stalemate. I'm gonna get bored. And then we just turn on rebellions and see who blows up the most, and that'll probably determine what. That's probably gonna help liquidate some assets here, and liquidate assets, also known as human beings. So that is a large army kind of chilling in Aniba, though. That's probably the best chance that Gray has had in a while. It's whoever loses the first city loses pretty much. Whoever takes the first city wins, I have to imagine. So do something. Come on. Otherwise, I'm going to start nuking you. And if I start nuking you, you're not going to be very happy with me. Your god is bored. What happens if we do another... I mean, the tunnel idea didn't really change anything. They'll just build a new village. So that's a pretty big army. They're just constantly killing each other. I mean, this entire ground is just going to be littered with people. Like, this is Stalingrad, like, levels of death. Jeez. Oh, hey, they're actually pushing out of Panson for once? Hey, remember when there was a village here? I do. Should we make them go to... You know, here's the thing. You're now at peace. Rebuild. Okay. So we'll call that first round a stalemate. Let's let them rebuild a little bit. And see if they naturally declare war on each other. But I don't think that they will. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you next time.